Namaste everyone. I'm really happy to be part of this Bhogya online Samarpanam series. I'm really thankful to Mrs. Malati Krishnaswamy for this wonderful initiative in these hard times. It's a lovely feeling to think of grandparents and to talk about them and to pass on the knowledge of what I have learned from them to the young minds. Let me introduce myself first. I'm Ramya Nitashni Balaji, a chartered accountant by profession. I reside in Netherlands and I am also a certified Vedic math teacher. I started to teach Vedic mathematics when I was in Germany 3 years ago. Recently, I started to offer Vedic math workshops across Europe. I am offering these workshops along with my friends from US and Philippines. I know you must be wondering what are these cups there for. I'm not going to play Chaltarangam. I'm going to talk about one game that is very old to our culture. This game I've been playing with my party for almost 15 years. I've been playing with her till 2003. So I have fond remembrance of this game and it really connects me to her. This game connects through generations. It is verbally passed on game. So I am going to walk through this game. I am going to show a demo of it. This game is called Pallanguri. It has got various other names across the world. My party had a wooden craft board. It was handmade and it was looking like a fish. That was gifted to her by her grandmother and it was just a few years younger to her. It would be 90 plus years old. That Pallanguri board would be 90 plus years old now. So this game basically has 14 holes and the middle 2 holes serves like a bank in this variation. I'm going to talk about only one variation of this game. I learned 3 variations of the game. So the middle hole serves as the bank and there are 12 seats in each. So I have used the cups and I have used Rajma seeds as my seeds. My party used to have cowrie shells for it, or you can use tamarind seeds or stones or any other seed. I just remember about my party what she used to do if she has to start first. She always goes for this particular hole. I'll show you why. So I have 12 seeds. I'm going to sow these 12 seeds in the clockwise direction. I'm going to clockwise direction and sow the seeds across the board. So it ends over there. So I get to take the next the seeds from the next bowl. This game needs a lot of concentration. It helps with your memory, speed, hand-eye coordination, motor skills, etc. And there are lots of math concepts around it. Now this bowl is empty, so I just get this treasure. I get to get this treasure and I keep it on my side. So now the opposite side player gets to play this game. So this game is basically a 2-player game, or it can be played by 3 persons, or it can be played by 4 persons, or even 6 persons we used to play. So me, my party, my atte, my chitapa, my sister, my cousin, we all used to sit and play as a family game. So 3 generations were there playing this game, and this has been passed on only verbally. Now the opposite side player gets to play this game. So the opposite side player has 5 options. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the player can choose any 5, the coins from any 5. This game connects culture and math. So basically, this is called ethno math activity. Now she stops here because this is a bank, so her turn ends here. The coin ends here, so her turn ends here. So now I get to choose 5. So since these cups have just less coins, I can choose one of these 3. So I choose this. So whenever you get 6, you can take that and keep it on your side or the opponent side, whichever side the bowl belongs to. So my turn ends here because there is a bank next to this. So I get to stop here. So my turn ends here and the opponent gets the chance. Now the opponent has coins in the 6th cup, but you see there is 4 here, 2 here, 4 here. So there are lots of coins in the other 3. So there are 6 in this side, so she has to get coin belongs there. So there are 6. I take this to my side. Okay, so the opponent turn stops here. Now I get to play, so I can choose one of these 2 because these cups have less coins. So the 2 bowls are empty here. So I don't get any treasure because the 2 bowls are empty. So my turn ends here. So the opponent gets the chance. So since she found that there is 4 coins here, she is going to use her thinking skills and she is going to bang the treasure, take the treasure. This bowl is empty, so she gets both the cups coins. So I have 6 here, so it belongs to me. Now you see that I got 1 here, and there is an empty cup before the bank. If there is an empty cup before the bank and there's 1 here, then I can move this and then I just touch and then I own this bank. So whatever coin is here comes here, stores here. So of this round it belongs to me unless the opponent shares with me. Now the opponent turn. So there's an empty cup here, so she gets to see. Now I don't have any coins, so the game ends here. But since I banked this one, so I get these coins to my side. So we can see how many cups I own now. So you can see that I've just got coins enough for just 4 holes. So I got 4 pending. So 4 is with me. So the 2 holes are empty. So I can put something here to say that the cups are empty. So she has collected enough coins to occupy 6 cups. So the next round starts now, but I'm not going to do this. So this goes on and on till someone loses completely and they don't have coins for the cup. So this game is not just a game. This has got a lot of things. Unknowingly, you just inherit uh, by playing this game, and it is not just a game verbally passed from the previous generation. It is inherited with a lot of love, so you just cannot forget those stories while playing, um interactions with the other family members, all that you cannot forget. This I started to play when I was young at my maternal grandmother's house that was in Tanjavur, and it has continued till like so many years, like 2003 I say. After that I didn't get to play, but now I have recreated this game using cups and the rajma seeds, and I've been playing it with my kids. I see the lot of things they are picking up by playing this game. So if you get a chance, you unravel the stories from your elders and do share. Thank you, Bogya, for this wonderful opportunity to talk about this uh, as Samarpanam to grandparents. I'm sure they'll be happy to hear the story from their elders. Thank you very much. Hope you like this video.